Well, I think it's safe to say that we're all on a journey. It's no doubt that I've heard it compared that our life could be a ship that's sailing on the water. And sometimes those waters are calm and smooth, but sometimes those waters can get rough and we can find ourselves in a storm. And that's where we find ourselves in Mark chapter 4, the thought that I have today. It's a story about when Jesus told the disciples, let's go to the other side. And they're sailing alone and suddenly a storm comes up. And it's a storm it's very bad. It says that it was a great storm, a wind and waves that beat into the ship until it was now full. And he was in the hinder part of the ship, asleep on a pillow. And they awake him and say unto him, Master, carest thou not that we perish? And he arose and rebuked the wind and said unto the sea, Peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. You know, it's amazing in our lives that sometimes that we are sailing along this journey, and if we're saved, we have Christ with us, the greatest resource that we could ever have in this life. But sometimes we don't go to him right away. We don't go to him when we're in trouble and we need him. And we just kind of stay in the storm and get battered, and the ship gets tattered, and we just almost to the point of sinking. And then we turn to the Lord and say, Lord, carest thou not that we're sinking? Carest thou not that we're going down? When really, if we just turned to him in the first place, we wouldn't find ourselves in this situation. You know, I found it amazing that as we sail along our journey and we think about a ship, if we compare our lives to that, ships carry cargo. And there's no doubt that we're oftentimes putting things into our cargo bays, into our storage, and those things become a burden to us. It can be things simple as the cares of this life that really we're putting too much on ourselves, and could come in the form of debt. It could come in the form of stress from the things that we're trying to do or accomplish. But also it can come from things that are inside of us that aren't too good, like anger and bitterness and jealousy. You know, those things, they start to burden the ship. They start to weigh the ship down. And we can find ourselves, if we're on smooth sailing waters, that it's not a big problem to have all that cargo weighing us down. But when the storm comes, that's when we find ourselves in trouble. And that's when we need the help from the Master. But really, we need to realize that he's the most important thing that's inside the ship. He's the most important thing in our lives. And all that other stuff, it really doesn't matter. This is a short journey. It says just to the other side. And that's what our life is going to be. But a vapor, it's going to be a short journey. And there's really no time for this bitterness and this anger and this jealousy that we tend to have as people. Our fleshly desires, you know, those things, they tend to get in the way. We need to keep our focus on what's important in life. And if we're saved, we have the most important thing, the most important cargo that we ever need, and that's him. And that's who we can turn to. And that's who we can turn to. And he'll say peace when we're in the storm. He'll say the winds be still. He'll calm the waves when we're in that point in our life. We need to get rid of all that extra cargo that's weighing us down. This life is too short to be burdened down with anger and jealousy and bitterness. Those things are just things that fill the cargo bays and they sink the ship. I want to encourage you that remember that you have the most important thing in life if you're saved. You have Christ. He's with you. He's there. And he's going to calm the storm when you're in it. And don't wait till the ship's sinking. Turn to him right away. Don't let the storm get so bad that you feel like that you're going to drown. You're going to sink. Reach out to him before all that happens. And I think he'll be right there ready to calm the storm for you in your life. This is the Daily Divine Devotion. This is the Mount Zion Baptist Church. Thank you.